we do not have, I mean, these things you're talking about are not exactly in the public domain.
No, this one is in the Punch newspaper. I can bring it for you. They're reported.
Well, we don't have the visuals.
Okay.
We don't have the visuals, sadly.
Okay, but it's good that it's been denied, fine.
You know, so, and he said that he didn't hear any of those. So let us quickly ask, what transpired? I mean, you have said that they should have contested their popularity since there was another structure. You acknowledge that there were two separate structures. They should have contested their popularity.
And he also admitted that.
Just a moment. They should have contested They should have contested their popularity at the World Congresses.
Yes.
Now, we have been told that those World Congresses did not hold.
They never held.
The World Congresses held. They were peaceful. If you want videos of 319 words, we'll present them to you. The World Congresses were peaceful. You know, everybody comported themselves properly in the World Congress. They didn't just show up.
We've had cause to interview Senator Magnus Abe and also the spokesperson of the APC in River State. And from the account that they gave, it looked improbable that Congresses would have been able to hold, considering the time frame, one, that people were given to buy forms, and the manner in which, you know, we saw the violence that besieged the headquarters of the APC shortly after.
No, shortly before, not after. Before. And then the question should be...
Before the Congresses?
Yes. The question should be...
Friday and Saturday?
No, nothing happened. No attack whatsoever on Saturday. The party secretary was calm and peaceful all through Saturday.
Because we asked, when were they able to buy the forms?
Forms, that's the question.
Forms were sold on Friday.
But they were told that they would have to, you know, show their slips from the bank.
Yes.
Isn't that what they were told?
Yes, and then people bought their slips from Thursday.
Were those equivalent to forms?
No. You buy your slip, you go to the party secretariat. After the destruction, people left, party offices resumed work. People went there, got their forms.
From some of the visuals that we saw a party official trying to address the press.
Yes.
You know, telling them that, you know, World Congresses are going to go on. The sale of forms are going to commence. And we saw some people, I don't know whether they were hoodlums, I don't know whether they were party supporters, but they tried to beat him up, you know, for even suggesting that everything was normal and it was going to go on as planned.
Because they didn't want the Congress to hold, so they were looking for every opportunity to disrupt the Congress. That's the point. When you're popular, you go to the field. But when you gather 300 persons, 10 from each ward, and come to the national headquarters, the party secretariat, and disrupt the place, you give the impression as if everywhere the Congress is holding at the wards.
Okay, so now let us assume, let us assume without conceding that the World Congresses did hold.
Yes.
What about the local government Congresses? We understand that there was an injunction, you know, trying to stop the local government Congresses. Did they hold as well?
Well, of course, the Congress held. He knows that when you get an order, the mere fact that you've obtained an order, you have to serve the respondent with the order for him to put him on notice that you have such order. Did they serve the respondents?
Okay.
Were they served?
Let us put that question to him, because we also saw the violence at the River State High Court, which has, you know, elicited a lot of response, not just from the PDP, but also from the Chief Justice of Nigeria, who is alarmed that party supporters will try and take over a court premises. But let us ask
we'll
you...
speak on that.
Let us ask you, what transpired... let us leave the World Congresses aside, because he says they held. I know you're going to disagree that they never held.
And you know they never held. Let me something.
Did the local government... I'm not judging this matter. It's for the people to make up their mind. The question is, did the local government Congresses hold as well?
You must know what you call Congress is an election. It's an election. We don't call it Congress, it's an election. It's called Congress to show the type and nature of that election.
Can I ask that you just sit in your chair, because the viewers need to see your face.
Okay, so it starts like every other election with nomination, there are processes. So when you gather people somewhere and show video of what you call the actual voting, when, a matter of fact, 2 or 3 steps you didn't want them to take place, as in the contestants or aspirants obtaining forms, filling and submitting to you, you don't say it held. It never held. Now, actually speaking as if...
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the World Congresses that led to the going to court to stop the LGA Congresses.
So did the local government Congress hold? Because I have said, let us leave the World Congress.
But you spoke about it.
The controversy on the World Congresses would not leave here today. Let us talk about the local government Congress.
Let me say it here now,
yes,
that forms were never given to anybody. Chris Fambon says so. Don't go, the chairman of the election committee, say, go to your place where you are voting. If you have sleep, they will allow you vote. It's on public space. So, Archie knows. No such thing happens.
I already put that to him.
Fine,
I agree.
Fine. So, now, because of that event, and don't forget that the nature of the election, those who vote at the LJ level will come from the ward level. So, having disenfranchised them, they went to court to say, this one shouldn't hold because I also ought to participate here. And the court gave an order. The order wasn't ex parte. It wasn't one where you go secretly. It was made inter partes. It's not an interim order, it's an interlocutory order. He is saying that they were never served. You know, this is not a court. I'm not a lawyer, but let me say this. There was a lawyer, Tuduru Ede. He was in court. He told the court with a letter that he was sent by the national office, by the legal advisor, Mus Banere. He was in court. He's on record.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. There is a state party legal advisor, not appointed, but elected. He was the person who was served the court processes and who the law says he should be a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He came to court. Those two were there. Actually, he's a lawyer. And they were there when the judgments or ruling orders were read. If we serve them, it's a surplus stage. Whether they were served or not, the bailiff would let us know. Before the court order was even announced, Chris Fambone had gone on air to say it will go on. That which is prohibited must go on. After it was given, DG Nimasa, Dr. was on radio to say that the Congress will hold. At the national level, the PRO said, how can a PRO tell us that they won't obey court order? So they are aware of the court order.
How can a PRO?
Yes, of the states, yes. So they are aware of the court order. Their lawyers were there.
Okay, so just a moment, you react in a moment. Are you saying then that the Congresses went on
despite the court order?
So you agree that they did go on in contravention
of the court order? Yes, it's not in doubt. He knows.
Do you want to respond to that?
Well, first and foremost, let's begin with the process. Now, just like he said, he admits that the Congress is a process. The process had begun. And there are pretorial authorities that you cannot stop a process that's already commenced. You cannot just go to the when a woman is in labor, you go into the whatever, and then I breach the bed. The process had commenced, so you cannot choose at what point you want to breach the process. He also knows.
Shouldn't the judge know that?
Yeah, well, that's why we're curious. The judge should know that. The judge should know that, and then in
if the judge knows that, I mean, and rules otherwise, shouldn't you appeal it?
We would, of course, the party will appeal it.
So does it mean then that you were aware? But you chose to go on despite.
No. That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point I'm making is that a process has commenced. You cannot. Don't forget that this process we're talking about is a national process. Is a Congress of APC, All Progressives Congress, a national process that commenced. Now, if the court decides to abridge that process, we will complete the process and go to court to say whether this process the judge was right to have abridged it. You cannot stop that process. The process must end.
Do you agree with him?
I don't agree at all. Archie and those who reason like him with due respect are conflating national elections under the Electoral Act, which says a court cannot stop an election under the Electoral Act. This is not the case here. This is a World Congress, LGA Congress. They're making a mistake calling it national, merely because it takes place in other parts of the country. Now, what he is saying is that you will still, he agrees that there's an order. He's saying that you will sit in your house after an order has been made and begin to pontificate to say a court cannot stop me. I'm midway.
That is not.
That's the meaning.
That's not the point.
That's the meaning of what I'm calling.
I've not
just a moment. Because you just made an accusation. Let me clarify that.
Even the process of granting an interlocutory injunction, the Supreme Court has said that delay defeats equity. He admits that this Congress, the World Congress, is a process that will lead to the first one, and they didn't go to terminate it before the process commenced. And now you come to delay defeats equity. They waited until the process commenced, and then you come and then you say you want to stop it. He is saying that the national, it's INEC election. This is a World Congress of all progress. It's happening the same time in the country.